suddenly so bad. Wait. Oh. Whew. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I need to put this louder. I'm gonna do an angel message. So I'm gonna upload another reading later. It's very long. It's like 1 hour and something else, 4.5 hours. Uh, no, not 1 4 hours. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes or something. But I still need to edit it because there were some bloopers in the middle and I need to cut that out. Um, I am going to do an angel reading because the angels guided me. So I am going to read for you what the angels have to say. It's a belated angel message on every Wednesday. I want to make that my standard reading. Yes, hey, yeah. So I'm not going to read from the book. I'm just going to read from the cards. I'm going to intuitively work with these cards today. Um, I might look up the name on what they mean so I know what it's about. I don't know all the cards out of my head. So there's this guidance. Somebody is sending archangels to you for unconditional love. Seheya is sending archangels out to remove confusion and cloudedness. He's asking, by raising his left hand, he's asking for divine justice and divine. Um, he's, yeah, he's ordaining divine judgments. He's gonna send out angels, Yesalels on the bottom with 8, because there is a cycle that's continuous, that doesn't want to stop, and it has to do with something with heartache, a, a closed heart chakra, or a closed sacral chakra. As you can see, he's offering this man a flower or an herb to smell. This is giving me, he's trying to wake up this person's intuition, okay, with herbs and the scent. The reason why is because the way he's holding his hands, his heart chakra and his sacral chakra are blocked. So this can be you collective, your heart chakra and your sacral chakra can be blocked. I personally definitely felt that my heart chakra was blocked because I have just been through a weird short relationship after a weird situationship for years. I've been through a lot of weird psychic attacks and overcoming a lot of spiritual hurdles that make it difficult to trust people. And while I was healing, I was realizing that I was going through it as well. So now, this is what's intuitively really calling to me, is that this man, his heart chakra and sacral chakra or solar plexus or his root chakra could be blocked, and the angels are going to send out divine judgment out for the people that are trying to keep you from awakening. So there could be an energy that's trying to keep you blocked, but rest assured, because the angels are sending the proper help to you. Yeah, with the star, so that's healing. Somebody's trying to keep you from healing your heart chakra and your sacral chakra by blocking your third eye. They don't want you to see the truth about something. So we're gonna figure it out. Say hey, yeah, please, because you're the runner-up, dear angel. Please tell us what's more to come on this angel message. This short angel message for the collective. This is my karma angel deck. Please, guys, understand these are angels that serve karma, that teach you lessons. Jelalel, they're trying to keep you, no. They're trying to block you and block Archangel Michael from telling you the truth about a divine connection. They're trying to keep you from aligning with a divine soulmate, and this soulmate can also 333 on the motherfucking clock right now. And they're trying to keep you from, sorry angels, I didn't want to curse, it's blasphemous. Sorry guys. But I really got lost in the happiness, the enthusiasm of being intuitively on point for myself. So there is an energy or something that's trying to keep you from understanding who your divine partner is. And the angels are sending out allies and angels and divine judgment to straighten out these people. Okay, they're trying to keep Archangel Michael from you. So if you've been feeling like Archangel Michael hasn't really been showing up, it's because people are testing the angels through you. Okay, they're testing their karma, they're testing their lessons. We're gonna figure out what it is. They don't want you to heal. They don't want you to connect. Ooh, people. Ooh, wait. Zadkiel, and then you have Yabamia. Look, Zadkiel, it looks like the people around him, they're like laughing at him, right? Like pointing fingers. And they're just making fun of him. But he's like centering himself in his heart space. He's sitting in a meditative pose. He's mindful. He's happy. He's focusing on moving forward, right? With what he feels in his heart and his true heart's desires. Whatever it is, these people are trying to keep you from doing this, but you see, reversed. Archangel Michael, they're trying to turn and twist the truth so it affects your third eye and you will keep your heart chakra closed. We're gonna figure out why as well. Yeah, let me just, maybe this is better. It's higher. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. But, well, actually, I'm lying because nowadays, if you say I don't know, it actually means you do. I do know what's going on with my eyes. It's a clear example of what I'm reading. When people affect you and your vision and your third eye, if people start to play in your energy or do divination on you, they're hindering your energy. Okay, so they're hindering also the flow of your body, because our energy, our ki, chi, whatever you want to call it, everybody has a different name for it, but just energy that flows through our body, it keeps our physical body from moving. That's what you learn when you study about energy and what it really does and what kind of bodies you have. And when somebody is inhibiting your energy a lot or is trying to block your energy from flowing, it can physically, hello peeps, it can physically block your body as well. It can create stagnation, and energy can create physical diseases and illnesses, because I'm saying illness. Yeah, I am Dutch, but I do everything in English. So, hi. It can block you from. Wait, I need to. Because the chat always really distracts me. So, I'm gonna hide the chat for myself. Because I'm just gonna do a general karma angel reading where I'm gonna read cards on what the angel messages are trying to teach us. So angels have a certain message. I felt called to do this reading, and I'm kind of late. I wanted to do it every Wednesday, but I'm going through a lot of things in my private life that make it difficult for me to do readings throughout the day. So let's go back to the reading. If somebody inhibits your energy and they block your energy by being in your energy too much, it can physically show up as an ailment. It can show up as being dehydrated. It can show up as being slouchy, having a lot of mucus, and it really depends on where it is. We just now saw that it was connected to the third eye, the heart chakra, and the sacral chakra. So whoever these energies or people are that are trying to keep you from finding out who your true divine partner is, or the truth about yourself, why you are divine, that's the reason why they're sending angels for justice. They're sending angels to clear out confusion, okay? And they don't want the truth to come out. So we're gonna figure out as well why they don't want that. But first, what else? JLL, angel, please tell us what else. Thank you, Nithaya. Your Akashic records. Okay, he's holding the Book of God. Okay, but this is giving me Akashic records energy. So you could have you could be struggling to believe or think how your life should end up or look like. And the reason why is because you might have picked up on energy trying to throw you off balance, off kilter from how you feel you want to live your life. If you have the idea of, for an example, I want to travel to all of these states and I want to go to a spiritual counseling session here, I want to do a ritual here, and you've been planning that for years, somewhere along the way, randomly, you started experiencing more negative energy. You couldn't really feel what it was. You thought somebody's hexing you or doing magic on you or just talking bad about you or ill or sending you evil eye. And then out of nowhere, you suddenly start to think different about your dreams. You're distancing yourself from your wishes. You're thinking, maybe I shouldn't travel. Wait, I don't even got enough experience. I don't got the money. I don't got the room. I don't got the time. Nobody's gonna babysit my pets. What's gonna happen? Like all those thoughts start to kind of, I want to say, throttle in, and they become very negative, and slowly you're starting to manifest against your dreams, not for your dreams, but you're going against yourself. And it can really feel strongly with this energy, especially with Nithaya, because he's holding the book of God. I want to say Revelations. There's something in Revelation about this. They're saying Revelations 19:8. I don't know the Bible out of my head, but I always search up when I get a download about something in scriptures. 19:8. Describes a woman being granted the clothing of fine linen, bright and pure, because this represents the righteous acts of the saints. So in your book is written that you will be acting or living the life of a saint, right? And then you have people. Wow, fine linen stands for the righteous acts of God's holy people. So, wow, this is actually very confirming of what I'm reading. Fine linen, bright and clean, was given her to wear. I want to read the full chapter. Okay, well, 19:8, I'm going to read 6, 7, and 9. Oh no, wait, I'm going to read from the beginning. Threefold hallelujah over Babylon's fall. Yo, what the fuck? Sorry, this reading is so on point. After this, I heard what sounded like the roar of a great multitude in heaven shouting, Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and power belong to our God, for true and just are his judgments. He has condemned the great prostitute who corrupted the earth by her adulteries. He has avenged on her the blood of his servants. And again they shouted, Hallelujah! The smoke from her goes up forever and ever. Oh, that sounds like burning a witch. Anyway, let's continue. The 24 elders and the 4 living creatures fell down and worshipped God, who was seated on the throne, and they cried, Amen, Hallelujah. Then a voice came from the throne saying, Praise our God, all you his servants, you who fear him, both great and small. Then I heard what sounded like a great multitude, like the roar of rushing waters, and like loud peals of thunder, shouting, Hallelujah. Yo, I want to show this other card while I say this as well. Hallelujah. For our Lord God Almighty reigns. Let us rejoice and be glad and give him glory. For the wedding of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready. Fine linen, bright and clean, was given her to wear. Fine linen stands for the righteous acts of God's holy people. Then the angel said to me, Write this. Blessed are those who are invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb. And he added, These are the true words of God. At this I fell at his feet to worship him. But he said to me, Don't do that. I am a fellow servant with you and with your brothers and sisters who hold the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for it is the spirit of prophecy who bears testimony to Jesus. Okay, we confirmed what it was about. So, it speaks of judgment being called to those who were giving into sinful acts, giving them the opportunity and chance to, after being condemned, to walk the proper path. That's why we had judgment in the beginning. Seheya, pardon me. Seheya is, pardon me, whoa. What was that energy? What is that? Oh, I forgot the name of that nut. But there is something like nutty. There's a nutty milk coming through. No, it's like somebody is like eating or drinking a nutty milk or something, or maybe that could be like white milk. Because sometimes you have that if you do a spiritual bath, you can bathe in certain milks, right? And certain milks, they will help you cleanse just with the, if you add flowers and if you add certain powders, and it's like washing and rinsing yourself. But nutty milk, like, it's, there's something about it. There, I think there's like a saint or like a prophet that drank something with nutty milk. 345 on the clock while I'm saying this. So let's see what it is. Nutty milk being drank by a saint or a prophet. What saint has nut milk as an offer? There is no specific saint associated with nut milk, but the patron saint of milk and dairy is Saint Bridget, and the relevant figure for plant-based diets is Saint David. Saint Bridget's association with milk comes from her youth on a dairy farm, where she would give milk and butter to the poor. Saint David is known as a vegetarian who's the patron saint of vegetarians and vegans, and some suggest he only drank water. That's not what I felt. Oh. Oh, but that's then interesting that it. Why does it switch? Well, I don't know if he. Okay, so Prophet Muhammad from the Islam, he drank dates soaked in milk to break his fast. It contained dates, nuts, and ghee. But it that was not the energy that I was getting. I was getting like a weird like uh um macadamia nut or something, macadamia milk. That was kind of what I was getting. We'll get to that later. I can't find it, but there is something because it also speaks about grounding, connecting with Mother Nature, with fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Okay, Sehaya, Mitaya, Jedadel, Mitaya. Okay, so there is gonna be a cleanse or something is gonna be removed from you, dear collective. That those adulteries, all that oh my God, I have 1%. Wait. No. How do I do this? I need to think wise. because I'm a little bit limited with space, y'all. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Why can't I lock? Can I turn a screen now? Okay, I'm gonna turn the screen. I'm so sorry, guys, but my cable is out, so I have to do it this way. So we were speaking about the sacral chakra, the third eye, and the heart chakra, and they are blocked. You need to ground, and all those energies that were projected onto you to keep you blind from who your real divine partner is and who your, for example, twin flame or your soulmate is, it will be removed also if you put in the work of grounding, clearing your energy, eating nutty things, vegetables, drinking nutty milks, bathing in certain milks. There is something connected to herbs and plants, like herbalism, that's going to help you come closer to cleansing and ridding that energy off of you. And when you rid that energy off of you, you will open a pathway. And when you open that pathway, you will, I want to say, yeah, because multiple things are coming through. When you open that road or that path, those blockages will not only be gone, but things will go very quickly. And you will suddenly, and out of nowhere, experience an accelerated phase of releasing energy, building energy up at the same time, and completely abandoning something to the point where you don't even, to the point where it can be very difficult for you to look back and feel what you've been through. Like you really closed off that cycle. Okay. um Oh, sorry, I didn't see the comments, everyone. I'm so sorry. Can you do a reading for me, miss? Hey, peeps, 2220. I have a WhatsApp number. You can, or like in my links here, you can see what kind of services I offer. And you can just click on it. I will definitely upload it in a bit. And you can book a reading with me if you want. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Let's see. I just had a glass of milk. Oh, nice. That's why. Find a job and go work for your money. Pff. All saints offer milk. I'm telling you, I was having exactly yes and prayed on them. That's good. So that means that it's going to cleanse you, okay? The energy is going to cleanse you. Not only the milk, but also your... The way... Okay, so first of all, praying over your food and cleansing it is very good. It's how you manifest and call in that energy. But it's also good if you drink something and you bless it or you cleanse it or put the intention of cleansing in it, because every time you digest food, it will bind to your energy, right? So when you're in a bad energy and you eat an uplifting food or an uplifting fruit or vegetable, it will change your energy in a positive way, and it will multiply, or it will have a bigger effect if you have a stronger intention or prayer over it or a blessing. Now Metatron is on the bottom, so they're gonna send down people to kind of, well, they're gonna send down people, the angels are going to send down angels to give judgment and give karma to those around you, directly or indirectly, that are affecting your energy, your chakra system, and trying to block you. The way that they're going to do this is by giving you signs and signals and pointing you to the right places, people, and faces, is what I'm hearing, where you can recognize, yeah, where you can recognize how do I say that? Where you can recognize the difference between the truth of your life, like what you're supposed to go through, and that what is projected onto you or forced upon you by other people around you. Because we have the book of God. With this book of God, I channeled the Akashic Records. Everybody has their own book of life. In that book of life says everything about you. It says how you're going to be born, with who. It even is going to tell you when you're going to pick out that booger out of your nose. Let's just say it humorously like that. It has everything written in it about you. And there could have been people trying to block you from really fulfilling what's in that book and living your life, because to a certain point they either feel jealous about it, they feel blocked, they miss out, they don't have the same. There's something that you're gonna go through or experience that people around you envy or don't like, okay? And that's why they don't want you to become aware. And if it's about love, this speaks on you finding such a healthy and organic and divine connection with somebody, such an unconditional love, a relationship that's not found everywhere. Like that fairy tale love that people don't believe in anymore. I believe in that. I don't know if you believe in that, collective, but this is a good example where you will be seeing exactly the life you're meant to live and the differences between the life you're meant to live, the life you're living, and the life you have lived in the past. I don't think I'm gonna go. No. Okay, let's just continue. Metatron came out. Okay, so this is interesting. 6319, 621, 10, 9. So okay, Nithaya, there's a circle closing out. There's a cycle closing out. Something of you being blocked is gonna end. The energy is very wishy-washy. That's why the reading has been like not sure what to say, stumbling over words. That's what those people are projecting onto you or have been projecting onto you. Wait, give me a minute. I need to do something very quickly before it burns or F's up. No. Okay, perfect. Oh my god. And I was sleeping? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Sorry guys. Let me just... I said this on another reading I'm going to upload as well. It's a very long one. But I'm also making candles while I'm doing this reading. So I'm doing multiple things at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be a cycle closing out of people trying to block your energy. And these people, they have made your day-to-day life just really messy. Just like my reading, like how I'm reading. It's very, I want to say like distorted. Like almost being distracted, people talking over you, people like just not paying attention to what you're saying and just me, do something for me. No, answer my question. No, tell me this. Like, people are really pulling on your energy, like to the point where you're very overstimulated and you just want to isolate. All that energy is going to be gone. It's going to be removed. And the reason why it's going to be removed is because God has said so. And you're going to be a spectator. You're going to see this happen around the people around you, because now the angels are going to sing and like they're going to, because we have Metatron here, intuition. He is going to close out this cycle for you, helping you, of course, with Jailala, Sehaya, Nithaya, the Karma angels that I got spread out on the table. He's gonna help you close out this cycle by shining light on who you are, your intuition, what your intuition is saying, what things are unfinished in your life. You know, when people say like beating, like walking to the drum of your own beats or something, what was it? Beating to the beat of your own drum. I don't even know what it was. Maybe I need to show the. I was having a glass of milk. Hi, where are you from? Um Jan Peter Balkenende. I don't know you, man. Anyway. I don't know. Die naam komt me gewoon echt heel bekend voor. I am Dutch. Maar maakt niet uit. Let's continue. Metatron is going to confirm, his energy and his presence is going to confirm for you your intuition. And it's going to... Oh. Waarom hoor ik opeens CCD-fractie voorlid? Dat gaan we echt niet doen. Anyway, ik moet die chat gewoon niet meer openhouden. Wat zijn die kaarten die je net had? Ja, het is een beetje irritant, want ik heb geen goede setting op dit moment. Maar het zijn karma-engelen. En ik lees het intuïtief af. Dus het gaat erom dat er gaat binnenkort... Ik ga het even opnieuw zeggen in het Engels. So soon, judgment will be called on people blocking your chakras. And they're blocking your chakras, your energy, your passions, your emotions, trying to influence your life by projecting onto you extremely harsh and hard, emotionally and mentally, trying to keep you from sharing your authentic self. And this so they can have a say over the course of your life. The Most High and God, whoever you believe in, but at this moment, the karma angels, the angels are very done with it, and they have been ordained to call in judgment. So they're going to send out angels to kind of, I want to say, not per se punish these people, but in a way, yes, they're going to punish the people who have been actively harassing you spiritually, harassing you energetically, emotionally, people being rude to you on purpose, people talking down on your ideas or your passions on purpose because they're jealous, because they have insecurities of their own and they don't know how to deal with them. The angels are closing the cycle out because it has been taking way too long. Metatron is going to help you close out this cycle as well by changing your tune intuitively. He's gonna affect your intuition in different ways, so you will pick up the signs and synchronicities that you have overlooked because of these disturbances of energies. Okay, so for an example, you know, sometimes when you're praying or you want to pray, and then suddenly mid-sentence before praying or while you're finishing a very powerful prayer, you suddenly lose your focus, or you're like, huh, this is not the word. Wait, what was I praying over again? That's an example of an energy being sent to you to block your connection with God because they're trying to disturb your prayer. And prayer is like a direct conversation with your maker, your creator. People who do things like this, they lack a lot I don't want to go deeper into detail and be like, oh, they lack a soul, they lack conscience. No, everybody has their own problems, whatever their reason is. I personally don't even care, because you don't have to know why somebody does you ill. You just need to know that you don't have to accept it and move on. The angels are done with this energy, and they're gonna call in judgment by opening your heart space and changing your life to the point where they're gonna give you either different gifts or gonna help you change the tune of your life. This way, you will hear, oh wow, exactly 22 Raziel on the bottom. This way, you will hear it and feel it intuitively when something is bad for you. So people, collective, you're gonna all update your intuition. You're gonna become a little bit more sensitive and a little bit more vulnerable. And the reason why you're gonna be more vulnerable is because you're gonna ascend. So you have been acting righteously, and you've been acting righteously by the word of God, by the word of the Creator, the angels, the heavens, whoever you believe in. Because on my channel, it's really personal. I support individual journeys. It doesn't matter what race, age, or belief you have. Here we are coming together for spiritual growth and evolution, and that usually comes forth from wisdom. So it doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as it's good, as long as it's righteous and good in the heart, and it's based on conditional love. Okay, unconditional love. Your intuition is upgrading. You're going to become more sensitive, and you're going to release, with this judgment that the angels are giving onto these people, you're going to release the version of yourself that they wanted you to be. And that version of who they wanted you to be is somebody who doesn't resonate with who you truly are. It's somebody who fights against your true nature. It's somebody who looks down on your true nature. It's the part of yourself that we would call the shadow self, the shadow aspects of self, the unevolved part of yourself, the one that's ashamed, the part of yourself that doesn't feel good or good enough. And letting go of that energy. My cat wants to come into the kitchen, so I need to open the door because he probably wants to eat. This is like a torment. I did a very bad setup today. So this is also can be kind of a metaphorical example of preparations are very important. If you don't prepare and sudden emergencies happen, or you're being called or pulled out of your focus or time span or attention span to help somebody else outside of you, it's only going to affect you, because you're being kind of, I want to say, yes, stalled from productivity, because I cannot be consistent if I have to move around things constantly, if I have to change, I have to sit correctly, I have to put my phone straight. So that energy is gone, and the Most High and your Creator is asking of you to prepare and to organize, because once this judgment call is finalized and these people have received their karma for obstructing you spiritually, energetically, and in whatever plane possible, that's exactly when it's time for you to put in work, be consistent, show up for yourself. And yeah, because I'm hearing heart fellowship, to be, yeah, the angels and the spirits are showing me this, to be one with yourself, co-joined. Yeah, you're going to connect with your protective guardian angel or your protective team who you believe in is helping you here on earth. You're going to connect with them and become closer to the point where you will feel more safe and more yourself. Yeah, Raziel and Raphael behind it. They wanted you to be hurt. You see, they wanted you to struggle with healing, with growing, with getting over ancestral karma, generational karma. Whoever, I'm going to clarify with tarot cards because I'm kind of curious as to what this energy is. Let me just clarify Jaylalel first before I'm going to pull on a tarot, dear angels. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your guidance. Uziel. So it's self-love. It's about self-love as well, because he's sitting in the midst of his shell. Oh, I love the gold on these cards so much. He's sitting in his shell, and one head. Wow. Symbolism is very important. Michael, again on the bottom, they did not want you to see how much you mean to source, to the world, to spreading love, spreading wisdom, spirituality, spreading yourself with others around you. It's like feeding. Oh, I'm getting a weird story about Jesus. It's like feeding everything else around you. Your energy can feed a lot of minds, what makes you very powerful. And they didn't want you to see the truth of the matter of this. They didn't want you to believe in yourself. They didn't want you. Oh, wow, so cute. The angel said, Uziel actually said, they didn't want you to believe that you're the pearl and the world is your oyster. And with Michael on the bottom, it's only confirmation, because Michael is the archangel of truth. It's the protector. It's the one that put the devil in its cage and fought off his own brother, for not only loyalty, actually, but righteousness. Because even if your own family does wrong, if it strikes you in your heart and it takes the balances of justice, takes the skills of justice out of balance, then it's only morally right to go against that blood relative or that friend, if that's how you feel. I personally do feel like that. So if something doesn't resonate with that what is right, it doesn't resonate with me. And these people wanted you to kind of settle for that, to not fight against righteousness anymore, to not be yourself, to not feel confident, and to feel like you have something to add into this world. And the angels are going to tell you, and are telling you actually through this message for all of us, including myself, that this phase is over. It's done. This cycle is completely over. Judgment is being called on these people, and yeah, I'm hearing it very straight, but they can shove it. And usually, it's so funny because angels usually use that kind of lingo. They wouldn't use curse words at all. They would just say things like that because they are polite and they are not blasphemous, but they will tell you hardly and harshly off. They will tell you off. Let's just keep it like that. So they didn't want you to see the beauty of your soul. It's actually kind of sad that there are people out here so jealous and envious that they want you to completely neglect who you are. That they want you to change your... They wanted to change how you looked at yourself in the mirror. Okay. Please tell us, dear Karma Angels, with the tarot cards, who or what are these energies that are trying to keep the collective from healing and sitting in that beautiful oyster? Oh, something flew out. Interesting. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So it's 3 women. And it's so funny, so symbolic. I got 3 people watching me. And I've been feeling that, girl. So, yeah, and then the 6 of Wands behind it to the Lovers. They wanted you to settle for who you are. These are people who... It could be feminine energies. It could be women, materialistic women, selfish women, who deep in their psyche are, or hidden behind closed doors, are very promiscuous. They have no talents. These are women who have no real beauty. They are not beautiful. They don't look good. They don't feel good about themselves. They are not creative. They are followers. They are not leaders. This is somebody who thinks that if she wins one discussion, she's very smart. So they're also a little bit Or where is this from? That's a good question. So there are a lot of angels. There are a lot of angels. But this is from. I'm gonna read it to you. This is from the Karma Angels, and it's actually. Let me read it to you. The intro. Because it's from. Okay. It's from the Kabbalah, Kabbalist angels connected with karma. So let's read here. Yeah. Introduction. Angels are above all messengers. They mediate the divine plan through the everyday world. When we listen to their messages through the cards, we can change our actions and become closer to that divine plan. These actions are karma, the word for both the work and the intent in which that work is done. In communicating with the angelic realm through divination, it becomes possible to act with the best intent and to the best of our own ability. These angels, they okay, I think that they put together all the angels who have the divine right to call justice on humans in the name of God. So you can Google. I think you can search it up. This is how the deck looks like. Karma Angels. So, the Queen of Wands. These are women who have no aspirations, no goals. They are very antisocial. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, these are women who feel like they got some physical power. It's very funky. To the Six of Wands and the Lovers. Six of Wands and the Lovers to the Nine of Swords. That's the Three of Wands. Wow, these are women who do not love themselves and are projecting this lack of love and all this fear, this Nine of Swords energy onto you. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. It's the Seven of Wands. That's the Three of Wands, the Three of Swords. These are women who are heartbroken for the lack of risks that they are daring to take. They are afraid to take risks to change their lives. So these are also people, it doesn't even have to be a woman, okay? Feminine energy has everybody. Everybody has feminine energy and masculine energy. Feminine energy is the intuition. Masculine energy is the logical side of yourself. It's the sense, the common sense is the masculine energy. And your intuition and your common sense need to work together. So balancing your feminine and masculine energy means using your intuition and common sense simultaneously at the same time. When you do that, you will work towards a version of yourself that will be in alignment and in harmonic balance with both energies. It's very powerful if you reach that energetic state because you will be able to very quickly change your reality. These women or these energies, they see that you're capable of doing that. And because they're afraid to, because look at the Fool, you have to jump off a cliff, and people always think, there's nothing beneath this cliff. I'm going to DIA. I'm going to not survive this fall. Yeah, because I'm hearing Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall or something. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. So these energies, these are people who are not really educated. These are also people who have a bad memory. These are people who are afraid to take risks. Yeah, because of conflict. So people around them took the power away from them by talking them down. And now they're doing the same to you. Yeah, I don't like this energy. It's really distorting this, my vision, my third eyes. It feels like there's a like a silicone blob placed on my eyes. So I might be closing out the reading soon because we've already been in here for 49 minutes and that wasn't my plan. Okay, so angels, where are we now within this process? Could you please tell us? Shavakian. Oh, okay, so now we're giving back to the world and to the people, and we're showing them with a new beginning. We're teaching other people that we are rejuvenating ourselves, we are reinventing ourselves. And I'm hearing them say this is also a part of the karma because they never thought it would be in such a quick time. They see you racing and they're like, huh? How fast are they on top again? How long did it take for them to learn this? Or how is it possible that in such a short time they already achieved this? These are people and energies who keep a watchful eye on your achievements, okay? Even if you share it with the outside world or if you don't, yeah, I'm hearing word to mouth. So there is somebody or some energies in your direct circle who like to talk about what you do. I'm hearing, think of coworkers. Think of people at your, for an example, when you go to the butcher, your weekly butcher or an event, a book club. There is it's that person that's a little bit too, just a little bit too interested in what you're doing, too interested in the details. You notice that, for an example, when, okay, you tell somebody you're going to move. You have people, congratulations! Wow, what nice! Where are you going to move? I'm going to move to this part of the city. Oh, wow, it must be very good. And I heard the schools are nice in the district and the traffic is always easy. That's one person. And then you have somebody else. Oh, wow, you're going to move there? Nice. Now, well, that promotion worked very well for you, didn't it? It's very interesting that you were able to pay it off. Isn't it a little bit outside of your financial bracket? Stuff like that. And then it's like, oh well, how did you model your kitchen? Don't they have like a water on the outside? So this is somebody who is kind of a little bit too much in your business, easily said, streetwise. And you notice the questions that they ask or the responses that they give, you can filter it out if they have good intentions for you or not. I'm going to respond to that in a second. So these are energies that are a little bit too much in your business and that are trying to make you feel bad about expanding and growing. And they see that it goes very fast for you because it's very organic for you to evolve, you know? It's very natural to lift yourself up and to I want to say keep up to date, stay up to date, keep continuing, be like rejuvenating, you know? And yeah, I know, I feel like I'm kind of finished, but it's like you filtering out who these what they're saying and what people are telling you and the way that there's the words that they use, the way that they use the words, filtering that out and slowly paying attention to the energy, the body language, the micro expression, all that combined is going to give you the authentic, you know, it's going to show you the true colors of that person. I won't say it's going to show you the authentic personality, but it's going to mix up the words. So it's going to just show you the true colors of that person. And when you see the true colors, the mask is off. And when the mask is off, you can read their intention. What do they want from you? What do they want for you? Sometimes you have people that just want struggles for you. In this case, unfortunately, it's that because these are people that see that you're ahead of them, that you are doing something that they wanted to do, that you're being blessed with something that they wanted to be blessed with. And it's making them a little bit more malicious, but it caused the universe to also immediately call in a halt, to stop it, and to share with you and tell you that you're soon going to elevate, you're going through an ascension, and that ascension means that energies like that, what we've been talking about, will not affect you anymore. Somebody can give you bad advice or bad mouth you or talk down on your dreams or kill your dreams or your passion, but instead of you experiencing it piercing through you and reaching your heart and thinking, oh, then maybe I shouldn't do it, you'll be like, well, then it's good that it's for me and not for you. Bye. You're gonna let it slide off of you. You're gonna let it go off of you. You know. Yo, Most High. This is crazy. But now I did get confirmation. There's growth in the cards. There's just judgment. There's like a judgment coming. I won't say judgment day, but it's not correct. Okay, where were we? Can you also tell me that? Alemia. Where we are right now. Jaliel. And that's Venus, or is that Mars? That's Jupiter's sign. Now I do need to read this card. But I need to search up with Jaliel, number 15. What is the symbol on that planet? Because it looks like Mars. It's not on there. Or it's Venus. But it's so funky. So, there are also fallen angels who have been sharing these messages with the angels. So those were the people and the energies that were talking about you and sharing what you're going through or struggling with. If you've been struggling with your sexuality or emotions, or you've been suppressing yourself sexually, or you've been dealing with sexual trauma, or a sexual traumatic wound from your family that you need to heal, or breaking free from a sexual taboo in your family, this is something that's gonna work out, because look at the change in the cards. Elemia, that's this card, is where we are right now, and Jaliel is where we were. As you can see, the orb in the orb in Jaliel's hands is turning from blue to yellow, and he is moving up, so he is definitely ascending. This blue energy of feeling blue, feeling doomed, feeling like you're stuck, or any blockages connected to your third eye chakra will be removed and uplifted. Also your throat chakra. So those change, there's that literally a change in the wind coming, and rejuvenation is on site. Okay, yeah, because I'm having a spread here, 4, 3, and then I'm gonna do 2 and then 1, and then I'm gonna close out the reading. Just tell me more, dear angels. Ariel is here. Gabriel is here too. Thank you for confirming that. And Uriel as well. I thank you, angels. Okay, please. Cassiel as well. Thank you. Please give us 2 other cards. What do you want to add? Thank you. It needs to fall out. So, thanks. Jadiel fell out. Mahasia came through. Raphael and Jadiel. So Archangel Raphael, if you've been praying for help from Archangel Raphael, he is here and he has heard your prayers. This is confirmation for you. Raphael Jadiel. So healing the hurt and the sick, the broke and the poor. You could have this ability to heal people who are feeling incomplete, who are feeling very dark. But this is also confirmation that the angels are being sent down to help you heal. And it's all being orchestrated from above. It looks like this is this little cloud, and there's this, I don't know how to explain the visualization of how things just turn and change, but it feels like if you look at Raphael and then Jadiel, that the herb that Jadiel is holding, the orb, right, is it changed into this snake, the snake of healing, the serpent of wisdom and infinity. It's infinite healing, but also it stands for the infinite source, divinity, your maker. Raphael is definitely cleansing you, it's healing you, and it's helping you overcome this challenge. And Jeliel is doing the same. It's orchestrating, it's also protecting you, keeping you in this protective bubble. Zadkiel, yeah, exactly. Keeping you in this protective bubble so that nothing can affect you from. So nothing can affect you moving forward from this painful situation. It's like you might left something behind, or you just came out of a situation where you were very traumatized or hurt. You were abandoned by people or ridiculed by some, and you eventually chose to go your own way and your own path, and you're being congratulated for that and protected while you're on this path. Yeah, I'm like, see, it's like a little birdie flew the nest. It's like you went out on your own and you really did your own thing. Last but not least, this reading was very distorted in the beginning, and it's very it's unfinished. There's still like unfinished energy, essences. There's something that hasn't been finalized, and it feels like it's the situation. Like you're waiting for people to get karma. You're waiting for people to go through something that confirms to you. Yeah, that's Uriel fell out eventually. All my favorite angels, they almost all fell out. Exactly. Up at the stars, the mind, body, and the soul. So there's this, oh wow, pouring back. You focusing on what the Most High is telling you, what God is telling you, following that inner voice and your intuition and that prayer, it's actually making God give back to you. So keep on doing this and stay in contact with your angels. Be consistent. You need to put your spirituality, you need to make your spirituality a practicality. You need to practice your religion, your beliefs. Going in front of your altar, lighting on the candles, praying over your food, thanking the Lord, blessing it, blessing the sky, being grateful over the nature, being grateful over other people. Don't speak evil, don't speak ill, don't gossip. Those are all the acts that keep you from holding sin in your heart. But it's not only sin, it's also inauthenticity. It's dark energy, it's chaos. Removing that out of there by aligning with kindness, tenderness, love, genuinity, honesty, transparency. That's what's going to give that more back. If you are distrusting and you are scared and anxious, you will meet people who are scared and anxious and untrustworthy, and you will meet people who lie if you are afraid to speak the truth, even if you don't want to be a liar. That's the heart's passion, that bravery, just that leap of faith. It's that jump, that fool that we saw. Like it's facing those fears and looking them in the eye, and understand that you are bigger than your fear. Literally, physically, you are bigger than your fear. Because who told us that fear was this big or this, like It can be as small as this, and you can literally eat it and step over it. And well, okay, wait. I'm gonna respond to everything. Just wait 1 minute. I'm almost done. It's something that you can overcome, and that has to do with every emotion that's of a low vibration, of a negativity, sadness and grief. It might feel big, but that's because your capacity to feel is very high. So you experience those emotions as very deep and overwhelming, and in fact they're just new, and you need to settle in them. You need to understand how they move, how it flows, how it feels. And because you always have faith in yourself, you take those jumps, you take those leap of faith. You always have faith in yourself. You take those jumps into the unknown, and you have been shown time after time that it was the best thing that you could do, because you kept growing, you kept evolving. So why with the next thing you wouldn't, you know? And when you open yourself up to people, pardon me, going against your beliefs and pardon me, speaking that disbelief onto you, or a completely different truth about yourself than you are, it's going to integrate, and you're going to harbor it, and it's going to turn into a distorted view or perception of self and of reality. And having emotional boundaries, or boundaries in itself, is that's why it's very important, because it teaches you when to say no, but it also teaches you to say no to a certain emotion or a conversation. When somebody keeps pushing you on and telling you to think like that, to do like that, and you're just like, no, just stop. You sometimes have that with energy as well. People are forcing their energy onto you, and when you learn how to say no in energy, you are protected completely, and nothing can change that goal you have in mind, right? And that goal is also your divine mission, what we like to call purpose. What's your purpose in life? If you open up to doubt, the distrust, disharmony, imbalances, you are going to invite that into your life and into your reality. And it's going to affect the plan that's written out for you. And the angels actually are trying to say with this that karma is coming, the lesson will be learned, and these people will learn that what they did was wrong because of the consequences that they will experience. And while they're going through those consequences, you will be growing and evolving into an even better version of what you already are. And that's your blessing. That's how you're being protected as well. Constantly growing to the point where you will be more and more distant of these energies, and they cannot affect you anymore. And that was the angel message. Actually, it's a message of protection, message of confirmation that there's movement coming. Yeah. So that was his reading. Now I'm going to answer your question, Jan Pieter Balkenende. So these cards are more to improve yourself and to teach you to watch out for other people's thinking and speaking. No. These are oracle cards. There's a difference between tarot cards and oracle cards. Tarot cards always have the same meaning per card. That are cards like these. They have 4 different elements. There are 78 cards. And they have different elements. As you can see, this is earth, the coins. You have the cups, that's water. You have, we have the wands, that's fire element. And the swords, that's air. And then you have the cards like the devil, or what did we see? The wheel of fortune. Those are major arcana cards. Those cards have all, apart from the elements, every element has their own king, queen, page, and ace, and then 1 till 10. They all have their own meaning because they're connected to elements. And then you have the major cards, Those are have their own meaning as well, and they are more so about general topics in our life. Those are tarot cards. Tarot cards come in different designs, different colors, um, and you can call it different decks, but the meaning is always the same. Then you have oracle cards, like the angel cards. They are all different, they have their own design, they have their own meaning. You can put your own creation on an oracle card, and there are a lot of different cards that exist. And with oracle cards, you read what you feel, it's more general. Tarot cards are very detailed. So I've been reading oracle cards, but I read them intuitively, what means I'm letting my intuition organically guide what I'm picking up of the card. Every card has their own meaning. That's why they also have a book. Yes, there's a book with the cards of the meaning, because the maker of the oracle deck wants you to use their cards the way that they're created, but they will not withhold you from reading it in your own way. So yes, these angel cards, they have their own meaning, and they're not about, for example, watching out about how people think or speak, but that's what the message, the intuitive message that I received with this reading was speaking about. And not even mostly, it was more so the general context of this reading was that there is help coming from divine and higher powers, especially angels, angelic beings, your guardian angel, judgment day angel, whatever angel you believe in and pray to. And these angels are explaining to us what we've been through by giving me the signs and the signals intuitively on what the message is by reading. So everything that I've read in the past 1 hour is what I picked up on was the message. And it was about people trying in your surroundings, direct or indirect, taking possibilities and chances away from themselves out of fear and projecting it so hard onto you that they try to affect your life by it, to the point where you don't even control your own life anymore, where God doesn't control your life. So the angels wanted to reassure us with this reading that our wishes, our dreams, our desires, our loved ones, everything, our passions, everything that we feel we need to succeed in our lifetime, or we want to devote our time to, is protected. And they're reassuring us that because we have been so resilient through these attacks, through these hardships, because it's for everybody, it's very different. You have a different story than another watcher or viewer right now. So, for example, you could have been going through 3 very bad financial years, but somebody else could have gone through 5 years of very bad health. And then the health or the financial issues, they could have stemmed off people affecting your finances, affecting your workflow, people trying to kick you out of your status at work, or trying to take trying to take a promotion from you. It was to confirm for us that, hey, beloved watcher, child of God, we hear your prayers, and we want to confirm to you with this message that you are on the right path, and we're going to reward you with even more, because you have been listening to yourself, and you have been believing in the protection that we gifted you. And even though you might feel bad about not seeing these people go through their karma or them being punished, you will eventually see, based on your blessings, what the truth was of the whole situation, what really went down, who you're really meant to become, and why you had to go through this. And along that, all in between those dominant factors, you will learn things about manipulation tactics of people, body language, people trying to affect you with their words, or how they question your lifestyle or your wishes. Focusing on what that yeah, I forgot that closing my eyes when I channel is just so much better. Because my eyes just feel like very itchy the whole time, and like I want to close. But you will learn in between those dominant factors on how these people actually affected you. And many times we read it was feminine energy, so it could be literally a woman, but it can also be somebody who's very passive. It can be a very isolating loner type of man who is always passive and never takes action on his dreams, who isn't really a leader, more so a follower. The cards, they can represent a type of energy that when you in your waking life discern who and what is what, you can pick exactly who that energy matches with. So when you predict that there is an enemy coming your way, and the enemy, okay, I have an example. You have a prediction, and the prediction is that the enemy that's coming your way, his energy will be as powerful as the mass of 3 elephants, but he speaks like a fool. What kind of type of person can you expect then? Well, somebody whose energy is very heavy, so when they walk into the room, you feel the setting change. It started to get down a little bit, like heavy, intense, and dark. But when you engage with this person, the things that they say, the way that they speak, they feel very effortless, ignorant, fun, lighthearted. That's how you can kind of discern, okay, well, that's this person, then that's that energy that belongs here, this is that technique for that. And when you know how to identify those energies, you know who to steer away from, because keeping people like that in your life will only bring stagnancy into your journey. And your journey here, in this context again, is fulfilling God's mission and purpose for you on earth. For some people, it's baking. It's for others, it's becoming the politician and saving the world. For others, it's becoming the first artist that does something so unconventional that they change the music world. And it's all so that humans have the freedom and the space to become themselves and to love. Because the real lesson in the world that people always forget to really think about is unconditional love. Authentic, unconditional love, being yourself and loving somebody really and truly for who they are. Also, the parts that you don't like. And that's the core of human existence, in my opinion. Loving your brother and your sister. So even if you know that they are wrong or that they did something wrong, you can still love them, you know? Even if you feel in your heart they did something unrighteous, or they didn't give into the truth, you know? And it crosses your heart and it hurts you so much, but it will not change how you feel, how you love this person, because your heart is big enough and you're hopeful enough to see beyond what the 3D is bringing you, the 3D, the physical world, the reality. Because when we speak about spirituality and intuition, we talk about the spiritual world. Like right now, this is a spiritual world. But in the spiritual world, this cabinet isn't there. I don't know what is there. But the cabinet can take a different form in the physical world, in the spiritual world. Vice versa, because it's as above so below. It's mysticism and esoteric knowledge and wisdom, and this can look very different in the spiritual world, and it can be filled with different things than what I'm seeing here in the physical world. So understanding that what your eyes might believe or think is a truth isn't always true, but seeing with your gut, with your intuition and your heart space, by following love and acceptance and compassion, that's going to help you manifest whatever you want quicker, and it's going to keep you on your path. And it will also help you to heal these people that hurt you, even though you don't want to, maybe in that moment, or you haven't forgiven them. Eventually you will heal them, and eventually you will be a strong and a good lesson for them. What brings me to the next, because your next question was, but isn't karma wrong then? If good karma comes to good people, bad karma comes to wrong people. But it's about forgiveness, even though they did wrong, they don't deserve bad karma. I'm going to correct you because yes, you're partially right. But karma actually means lesson in Hindi. You have karma, you have dharma. Dharma is the good karma. Karma is the bad karma. Karma means lesson and is directly connected to consequence. So karma just speaks on understanding the consequence of your action. If I hurt you, somebody else will hurt me, so I learn how I hurt somebody else was painful, so I won't do it again. I don't know if I explain it right, but it's like it's gonna teach you about what you did was wrong, so you understand that it was wrong and you won't do it again. And then dharma, good karma, is I help you because I want to help you, and in turn I will receive help from somebody else who will help me on something that I really needed help on. What it does, it creates this chain reaction. With positive energy from dharma, it's positive. People help each other. You get good karma, you grow, you evolve out of positive energy, out of the depths of your heart, forgiveness, whatever it is. But it can also turn bad. That's the beauty of the wheel, is the wheel of life. It can go forward, but it can also go backwards. It can turn in your favor, but it can also turn against your favor. And that's also the wheel of karma, because with the karma it's the same. You do bad, somebody else does that person bad, that person does somebody else bad, and it continues. But eventually you can break that cycle, because if somebody hurts you and you can choose to be like, okay, now I'm done, I don't forgive them, I will hurt them every time and forever, and I'm gonna be like my exes who have abused me because I don't know how to heal from the pain, and blah 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 blah. But you can also be the person that says, whoa, this was so traumatic and painful for me, I don't wish that upon anyone. I forgive how they made me feel and what they made me go through, and I let it inspire me to never be like that person again. And that's when good karma transforms and transmutes its energy actually into dharma, good karma. Okay. And yes, it's always about forgiveness and compassion, because it's about you being better than the ego. The ego keeps you small. It keeps you in, I want to say like sin, but also in comfort, and it keeps you in that small-minded setting of the ego will tell you to hurt other people. Let's just keep it like that. But your higher self, your soul, will tell you to heal people, to not hurt other people after it, because they have a higher perspective. They can see from beyond the spiritual realm into the physical realm above us. And that's why we call it our higher selves, because our spirit, our soul is guiding our body. But due to a lot of karmic debt that racked up in the world and globally, and through karma and generational karma, like you can have karma as a company, you can have karma as a country, you can have karma as an institution, as a family member, as an individual soul. So there are different layers to it, and every layer has its own lessons and process and way of being. And when you eventually learn how to kind of break through those layers and heal it and heal that karma, you will become closer and closer to your spirit, and your higher self and your intuition will heighten and become stronger to such a point that your physical self, your ego, your body, will look through the lens of your spiritual self, your soul. And when you do that, you will realize that what you see in the physical plane on earth is not really, it's not even half as true as what your spirit is experiencing. So that's how you connect to yourself and come closer. And eventually, the higher you go, that's what we talk about ascension, the closer you come to source. And source is for everybody different. For somebody it's an angel, for somebody it's the universe, it's God, it's a god, because there are different gods and goddesses for everybody. Everybody has the freedom to believe in whatever they want. And even beliefs and all those topics, they're connected to your mission and your purpose. Some people, they get born with a reason to believe in a certain god, to break the mold of that religion or to reinvent it again. So it's very, very different for everybody. It's very personal. Spirituality is very personal. And you that's why it's very general as well. You need to really work on your own discernment and your intuition and that sensation, like what we talked about, like feeling in your body when somebody's lying to you or saying something, you pick it up. That's that inner voice, that inner reason that's going to tell you there's something here that's hidden in the physical world. But my spirit is telling me what it is that I cannot see. So I become wiser and enlightened in reality that I live. Okay, I am going to back out. So thank you all for watching. I'm sorry, it was a very interesting, dreaded live. I'm gonna try to do the readings differently in the future, because I don't like, pardon me, doing a live like this. I would rather have like an open live and do questions and answers or something, or just do readings, an open reading for everyone. But I don't really get enough engagement on my community board when I ask people for a poll if they want to do open readings or Q&As. That's why I keep doing what I want. But I'm just guided to do how I feel, and I'm gonna change the routine up a little bit. But all the info is in my description box, and I have an email. You can email me for questions or a reading, for information, the price list. You can check out my WhatsApp or my booking system. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for listening to me till this point. And I appreciate the feedback, the listening ear, but I also want to say I appreciate your sincerity. So thank you all, and namaste, and have a lovely night, because it's very early in the morning here. It's 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So beautiful timing. We're going up, guys. Have a lovely evening and good night, everyone. Bye.